my thing. What's that? Oh yeah, totally. It's you know what it is? It's all in my hands. My rhythm's in my hands. My feet, I have no idea what the fuck to do with them. I have no idea. Apparently you bar them up, right guys? I don't know. What do you... I didn't write any jujitsu jokes. I didn't know I was gonna be here. But yeah, you gotta learn how to dance, because that's how you get the chicks, man. Otherwise you're stuck on the apps. Anybody stuck on the apps in here? You're stuck on the apps? She's gonna have 5 dates by the time she leaves here tonight. Don't lie to us. Fucking ridiculous. What are you trying to choose between the guy in the yacht and the guy with the fucking penthouse apartment?
I wish.
Different for chicks, man. It's different for chicks. Guys get on there, swipe right. Right.
It's a fucking numbers game?
And you're like, hey, I got a response. Oh, it's a dude. That's what happens. Can you do me a favor on the apps, though? Can we stratify the BBW category just a little bit? Just a teensy-weensy bit? Because this is how it is on the dating apps. It's slim, average, and then BBW just goes on forever. There should be like a BBW for big beautiful woman and like a HFBW for a holy fuck beautiful woman. You can still be a beautiful woman, like a bring your own chicken wings beautiful woman. Let me know what the food budget is. You can still be beautiful, but you're all taking your pictures like this. You gotta give me some fucking help. I got a girlfriend now, though. I'm lucky. I'm off the apps because I got a girlfriend. She's a sweetie pie. She's back there probably filming my set as a good, supportive girlfriend would do. Yes, give her a round of applause. She's the shit. Taylor's the best. And I'm lucky, too, because I got a sweetie pie and I have the sickness. I don't know if any of you men have the sickness where I like the bitches. And I don't mean it like in the gangsta sense, like, yo, I like the bitches. I mean, I like the bitches. Like, that's my problem usually when I'm single. I'll meet a girl and be like, ooh, she's kind of mean to me. She's a little bit of a bitch. She's kind of a bitch. You see how kind of a bitch she is? She's kind of a bitch. And then 9 months into the relationship, I'm like, she's kind of a bitch! And it's like, yeah, that was your fault. She was upfront about being a bitch the whole time. I was married to a bitch once. Any divorced people in here by round of applause? There we go. You guys know what true happiness is. They're not here. Isn't that great? I was married for a while, and my wife, she would always, like, we would get in these barn burner fights, you know? And her move when she was in a fight, she would always bring up my old relationships, like that was some sort of like ammo against me or something. She'd be like, you fucked up with Melissa, you fucked up with Stephanie, you fucked up with Jessica, what's the common denominator? I'm like, my shitty taste in women? This is how I knew I had been married. When you get married, things change. Like, you watch like movies and stuff like that are meant for single people that are dreaming of marriage. And then you're watching these movies and you're like, this is fucking bullshit. The one that did it for me was The Notebook. I don't know if you've seen The Notebook, but you've had 20 fucking years, so I'm gonna ruin it for you. What am I talking about, Casper?
Ruin it for me.
I'm gonna ruin what? Exactly. Motherfucker. Make sure you guys listen to Casper. He's got good jokes later. No, dude, I was watching The Notebook. I got to the end of that movie. If you haven't seen The Notebook, what The Notebook is it's this old man reading a story to an old lady in like a nursing home, and she's got like dementia or something, like Alzheimer's or something. And so he's reading this story to her, and she's all out of it. She's like, oh my God, that's crazy, you know? And he was reading the story from The Notebook, shocker, and you get to experience this whole love story between fucking Rachel McAdams and what's the other guy's name? Ryan Gosling, thank you. Just making sure you're paying attention. Right, thank you, Casper. See? There you go. You're going to bring that grade up by the end of this semester, I'm hoping. So he retells this whole story to her, and he gets to the end of the story. The way that it works at the end of The Notebook is he tells the entire story, and through the telling of the entire story, she snaps out of her dementia and goes, oh my God, the story is about us. And he's like, yeah. She's like, it's about us. And then slowly the cloud of dementia comes back. He clears her up in like 5 minutes a day or some shit like that. That's her fucking one-a-day pill, right? But I don't buy that ending at all, because that's not how a married man would react to telling the same fucking story every day. A married man would get to the end of that story, she would snap out of her dementia and go, oh my God, it's us. And a married man would go, yes, it's us. Fuck, how many goddamn times do I have to tell this fucking story? It's obviously us. Who else could it be, bitch? That would be a married man.
That would be a divorced man.
Is that a divorced man? Well, once again, divorced man, round of applause. See, I know my crowd. It's this guy. Fucking ridiculous, man. Dude, it's hard, man. It's hard to be out there trying to get hooking up with people. Dude, the guys like just the white dudes with the white people names alone, like they're out there trying to get laid, and you're like, I'm just having a tough time. You're like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Well, my name's Kevin. What was your name? He goes, Trandon. I'm like, Trandon? What the fucking name is that? What's that? Hey, why did the gangbang porn star win an AVN award? Because she was trained by the best. Oh, my dad died recently. I gotta tell you about that. To bring the show up. I gotta bring the show up to a higher level. I say recently, so he died, but my dad died one of those old white guy funerals. I don't know if any of you have like an old white guy in their family, but my dad had one of those old white guy funerals. And what an old white guy funeral is every dude in his life shows up with like a fucking Hawaiian shirt on and khaki pants, and they pretend that they're not next. That's a old white man funeral. You got some old white people in your family. You've been to some old white man funerals. And what they do is, now here's a little background on this. My dad died of liver failure. That's how my dad died. That's what finally got him, liver failure. And my dad's friends get together and they go, oh man, Steve, right? Oh, Steve. Shots for Steve, everybody. Shots for Steve. Like, he died of liver failure. He did not learn the lesson of his life at all. That's like being like, oh my God, how did she die? A drug overdose. Lines for Sheila, everybody. Lines for Sheila. This is what Sheila would want us to do, is lines. How did Peter die? Oh my God, he died in an apartment fire. Smoke in bed, everybody. Smoke in bed. That's how you die in an apartment fire, by the way. But no, it's not like old masculine fucking energy, you know what I mean? That fucking toxic, yeah, ain't nothing gonna get me type of shit. You see with the guys with the big trucks, I don't want to pick on anybody with a big truck, especially if you need it, if you're like a guy who actually uses a big truck. Like if you're driving a truck and the truck says on it, Clay's concrete and you're Clay, you're building our fucking world. You put in that AM PM, am I right? Yeah. But that's not why most of these guys are driving those big trucks. They're driving it because they fell for the commercial. That's what happened. They turned on the TV and the commercial came on and said, do you want a truck that can pull a 747 up Mount Charleston and down again? Do you need a truck that can blast through 3 brick walls in a BLM protest? Well, then you need to get it. And it's like, what do you do for a living? I'm an accountant. Well, then you don't need this fucking truck. Go crunch some numbers, bitch. You see with the motorcycle guys too, that's some more toxic masculinity shit. Where they're like, yeah, I'm fucking risking my life. Every turn. Risking my life at every turn. I'm a badass. Just look at me. Hell yeah. Hey, can you, and then they turn to their family members. Hey, can you put this bumper sticker on the back of your van that says share the road? Okay, can you put this one that says watch for motorcyclists? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm a badass. I thought you were a badass. Share the road. You chose to be on a motorcycle because you're a badass, right? So live that lifestyle. Then the guy wipes out on the 215 and dies, and all his friends get together and they go, wheelies for Bob, everybody, wheelies for Bob. You didn't learn the lesson. I feel like I'm running the light, but I haven't seen one, so I'll just keep going.
There's not going to be one.
There's not going to be one? It's just, you just tap out?
I just tapped out.
Welcome, ladies. We're talking about toxic masculinity. Do you have thoughts? Many thoughts. Many thoughts about toxic masculinity. It's got to come through sometimes, right? It's got to come through sometimes. Here's when I noticed that I was a dude. It was when my girlfriend came up to me and she goes, "Oh my God, you know what we should do? We should open our own business." I go, "Oh yeah, what business should we open?" She goes, "Remember when we were in California and we stopped at that go-kart place and they were charging like $30 per person and there's just a line out the door? We should open a go-kart place." And I'm like, no fucking way. Is that gonna happen? Because she's got a different image of what a go-kart place is if she were running a go-kart place. If I opened one with my girlfriend, this is what she's picturing in her mind as running a go-kart place. This is Kayla's image of running a go-kart place. Ready? Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo! This is my image of running a go-kart place.
Kayla! Kayla! Number 13's broken again! Kayla!
Oh, God damn it. Where's Brian? Where's Brian?
Brian!
God damn it. He's a Kayla hire. Fuck. That is me. Because she would girl help me. She wouldn't guy. She's like, I help you. I know you girl help me. You wouldn't guy help me. Number 13 would break down. I'd be in the back YouTubing transmission, you know? And she's like, it looks like you got this. I'll go tell them that you're working on it. My husband's working on it. Don't throw me under the bus, Kayla. Tell him Brandon's doing it in case I fuck up. But no, I love that stuff. I like the idea of running my own business. I think that would be fun. You know what I used to do? I used to work at a movie theater. I could do that. I could run a whole movie theater. That was like my first job, top to bottom, could run a whole movie theater. This is a pretty insulting job. Anybody have that as their first job? Movie theater job? Movie theater job? Movie theater as your first job? Thanks for catching up. That's kind of like it. I'm glad you made it to the show. Dude, movie theater job's so insulting, man. I was getting paid, back in the day I was getting paid $5.15 an hour. That's how much I was getting paid, as minimum wage, $5.15. Which I don't have a problem with minimum wage, but do you know how much the large popcorn costs? $5.50. Come on, man. I'm gonna be more than that. Fucking movies. I can't watch scary movies, man. I watch these scary movies, I don't believe in anything. Like, you take the girl to the movie, right? And here's the scary movie, right? This is every fucking scary movie ever. Somebody's like pulling up their dishes, right? She's doing her, some lady doing her dishes in a fucking, for some reason, way too dimly lit kitchen, right? She's doing her dishes, and behind her you see an apparition, like some sort of ghostly, floaty, whatever, and she's doing the dishes, and it's getting closer, and she's doing the dishes, and it's getting closer and closer, and then she turns around, and it's gone. And the 22-year-old girl you got on a date, she's like, oh my God, that was scary. That was scary. It's like, no, that was not scary. That was startling. There's a difference between scary and startling. Startling is when your girlfriend comes up from behind you and goes, boo! That is startling. Scary is when she tells you she missed her period. That is a totally different, that is fear, ladies and gentlemen. Then you know it's... What is that? I know, what's going on? Somebody playing a video game?
Get outside.
Oh, it's outside, okay.
Where are you?
Am I good? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm all fucked up. As you can tell, this is the first time I've done a show like this.
That's alright, that's right. Give it up for the most dangerous man in the room, everybody. You guys have a good night. Oh, you can find me, actually I'm leaving to go to No Shit Boulder Highway. I've never seen you down there, motherfucker. I'm going to Boulder Highway to run an open mic at a place called The Plate. So if anybody wants to do comedy after this, or see comedy after this, it's going to be at The Plate. My name's Kevin Winnie. You guys have a good night. Bye!